I know it in my mind. I can see it clearly as a crystal. I just cannot find the right words, the vocabulary, to say what I want to say. Until now. This man, thank God for this man. He's taking the words right out of my mouth and making me a hell of a lot easier for me to express what I'm nowhere in my mind, but I can't express with words.
Alright, premise number one, God truly loves all persons. Alright? Pretty much something almost everybody would want to say.
Well, Calvinists seem to be so allergic to God loving everybody. Oh, that's almost blasphemy to a Calvinist. God loves everybodyism. They hate, for some reason, they're such killjoys. And I curse the Calvinists for this. I curse them with all my might, and I hope like Job, in the book of Job, when Job's 3 friends, God angrily chastised them for speaking about God that which was not right. I hope every Calvinist has to endure the wrath of God when they stand before Him for speaking about God that which was not right.
Secondly, truly to love someone is to desire their well-being and to promote their true flourishing.
So basically, what my point is, God is love. So, God does not love us because of who we are, but because who He is. Somebody gave this illustration. God loves in the same way that the sun shines. The sun shines equally above the dell of flowers as it does over the shit heap, the dunghill. Because that's the nature's love. That's the sun's nature, to shine. It cannot help but shine. So God is love. Why therefore then is God's love, and God is infinite. God never changes. Hebrews 13:8 and Malachi 3:6, I think. I am the Lord, I change not. Hebrews 13:8. Jesus Christ the same yesterday, today, and forever. And infinite love means if God is love, it's infinite. Okay.
Okay? Now, you may not give your kids everything they want, and they may want a candy all the time, but if you love them, you will give them healthy food and try to do what is really good for their true flourishing, for what really fulfills the ends for which they were created, helps them truly to grow and like. If you really love someone, that's what you'll do. All right? Now, premise number 3. The well-being, true flourishing of all persons is to be found in a right relationship with God, a saving relationship in which we love and obey Him. Seems pretty clear from anyone who accepts a Christian view of the human nature. And finally, fourth, God could determine all persons freely to accept a right relationship with Himself and be saved.
Yeah, that's the conundrum. The Bible says, God, with whom nothing is impossible. All things are possible with God. Paul writes, God, who desires all men to be saved and to come to the knowledge of the truth. All men to be saved. So why in the hell ain't they? So why in the hell is there a lake of fire? So why in the hell is there a lake of fire? Why does God... Listen.
Conclusion? Well, therefore all will be saved.
If God is love, if God loves, because that is His nature to love. God should love. If God is love, He should love everybody, from Adolf Hitler to child molesters, and love is action. Love is not just some, if God truly loves everybody, He should save everybody. Everybody. Without violating their free will. But if God is love, and God truly loves everybody, why in the hell does Jonathan Edwards write, God chose not to elect some so that he could use them as, I'm paraphrasing, so he could use them as fuel for the lake of fire to show the redeemed and God's angels just how big and bad his wrath, his hatred is for his enemies. So, if God is love, Calvinism has to be bullshit. But the despair hits my heart right now. I remember something. God is love. Therefore, God cannot help but love. But here's the catch. View it from this way. A theologian once said, there is no thing other than God. All of us are just projections of God's mind. So therefore, by that standard, God is love. God cannot help if there is no thing but God. God only cannot stop loving himself. Father to the Son, Father to the Son and the Spirit, Son to the Father and the Spirit, and Spirit to the Father and the Son. God loves himself because he is love. He does not owe it to any other thing that is not God to love. He can choose to love you just as easily as me turning off this light switch. I choose not to love this person. I choose to love this person. So, just when I thought Calvinism was dead, the only reason God loves us is because he loves himself. Like Jonathan Edwards says, we're a reflection of God. That's the only reason God loves us, because he loves himself, you see. Man. And why should I them not want to be saved by the skin of my teeth and fulfill my dreams down here and get to heaven is the very lowest on the totem pole. Because God, by this logic, God can give me everything but what I truly need. I need a God who loves me and a God who loves everybody. Because if there is even one person on this planet that God does not love, there but for God, the laws of his holy chance and averages, go I. If he does not love one person, one human being out of all the billions and billions that ever lived, what if that person had been me? I need God to love me. I need God to save everybody. And this is the one thing that God cannot give me. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. True for everybody else, but not true for me. Because I'm different from everybody else. I don't make the rules, I break the rules. God can satisfy my every need, salvation, but he cannot satisfy my deepest need for God to love everybody. If I knew God loved everybody, unconditionally, eternally, with a love that he could not stop loving them with, I could love my enemies. I would not be so hell-bent on killing those people I hate. I would not be wishing death and cancer on Matt Little Honey and Arn Ra.